Hi there, and welcome to James Talks About Shit That Pisses Him Off at the Moment. These are the certain things that piss me off at the moment. First thing I want to talk about that pisses me off is MMORPGs. I want to talk about MMORPGs, they piss me off. Now, first thing I want to talk about is like RuneScape. Remember back in the day? Oh, I remember those days back like when I was 12 years old and I would play RuneScape with all my friends. It was the best. I had such a great time playing RuneScape when I was 12. I'm 23 now and MMORPGs have gone to, right now for me at least, what I think an all-time low. Playing MMORPGs is kind of boring now. It's so boring. Now I want to talk about World of Warcraft. Now I know the only reason why World of Warcraft is so popular is because they were first. They were the first people to do this after RuneScape. RuneScape made it, and then World of Warcraft kind of took what they did, condensed it for the stupid people, and made World of Warcraft. And that's awesome. But the thing with most MMORPGs right now is all they do is copy World of Warcraft. All they do. Have you ever fucking played an MMORPG that's not World of Warcraft? It's the same thing as Warcraft, only fucking a different environment. You look at Star Wars, just like World of Warcraft, only with a better quest system and Star Wars. That's their thing. Then you look at games like Rift, just like World of Warcraft, only monsters come out in big amounts and randomly, and I never played the game, but it's the same thing. You attack monsters, you do quests, and you just gain armor. That's it. It's the same formula. DC Universe, same thing. You fight guys, you do quests, you gain armor, you gain better, you get better levels. That's it. That's all it is. It's the same thing. It's the same formula. Every MMORPG is the same formula. Put Final Fantasy in that mix too. Final Fantasy 12 and Final Fantasy 14 is the same formula. You gain levels, you do quests, you get better armor, you get better items, you get freaking status, you join guilds. It's all the same. We've been playing this since World of Warcraft. We've been doing the same thing over and over again. We've been doing the same quests. We've been gaining the same levels, gaining the same skills, being a mage, a rogue, a warrior, a fucking wizard, everything is the same. You look at all these MMORPGs, they're all the fucking same. It drives me nuts. I don't understand. I don't know why they keep making the same MMORPGs, every single genre, just with a different setting. It makes me upset. Now that everybody's done copying World of Warcraft and making the same goddamn game, I have an MMORPG that I've thought of for years that'd be way better than all this shit. Just think about it. Just think of this setting. Here's a setting for you right now. Boom! You're in the world. USA. Let's just start with the USA. Let's say you're in USA, the exact world map of USA. USA. And, you know, obviously don't make it the scale of like the USA. Just like, add the major cities and all that shit. And the whole world has been overtaken by zombies. Let's do a zombie MMORPG. A lot like DayZ. That's a game that came out. It's like a mod of a different game. Takes mods of a different game to finally make a game that would be a good MMORPG. But let me explain why mine would be better. Let's say you start a character just like a normal MMORPG starting character. You get an engineer, a scavenger, a hunter, like anything that would be a basic good attribute for surviving a zombie apocalypse. And not this battle system that is all like, boom, I hit you 150 hit points. Oh, ow, you hit me 20 hit points. Boom, I hit you 137 hit points. Ow, you hit me. None of that shit. Let's make this MMORPG kind of like, what's that game called? Dead Rising, where you're hitting shit with all, you're hitting with chairs and all sorts of different shit, but instead of making like weapons, you have big swords and you like swipe at these zombies, boom, 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 but more like Dead Island, but you still have hit points, kind of like an action RPG. You still have hit points, but you gain levels towards, the weapons that you use. You gain like sword levels, and you gain like, all these different levels. There's still an RPG aspect of it all, but it's more like action RPG, MMORPG. You kind of get it? I kind of get it. It's in my head. Do you understand? So that's the basic battle system. I want it like maybe kind of like Dead Island, but not really like them, or maybe like it can be third person, like Dead Rising, but I don't want any turn-based attack. I want them to use attacks against zombies because I want more enemies. Like, you know, when you fight an MMORPG, there's like 1 or 2 enemies in one spot. You're like, oh, I can only take out one of those guys. I want hundreds of zombies all over the place, and you're swiping at them, but I want them to be overwhelming amount. That's what I want. It'd be way funner. Give them less experience points. Add more enemies, it'd be way more entertaining. Now I want to talk about the quest system, and the quest system I think is amazing. You know why? Because I'm smarter than game developers out there. I know I am. I'm drunk enough to think that. Now, let's say they're doing a quest, just like a normal MMORPG, but you know, they have my battle system where you swipe and attack guys more often, maybe even bigger monsters that you shoot and kill and stuff like that, more of the action RPG, but just like normal dungeons, normal instances, wherever they're called, where you go through like a sequence of like different things, and you fucking get to the end of the quest, and it's awesome. You get all these awesome items, just like a normal dungeon. Now, and you obviously have to like be in a team of people. Like let's just say like 2 people. Let's say this, like I think it would be more interesting in this concept I'm thinking for 2 people, but obviously this can be done for 4 people. Now, you are doing a quest with this guy, and you do the whole quest, and you beat the big monster, and you're like, yeah, we won, and we got this awesome item. Let's say one of the most basic things that, like the best thing you can possibly get is like resources to build towns and help like food and shit like that. This is a zombie MMORPG, this is an apocalypse, so the main thing is food, guns, weapons, all that shit. That's the main thing you need. Let's say you're running away from zombies, you just finished the quest, like it's like a cutscene, and you get to a room, it's full of even more supplies and everything, like crazy stuff. Now you get this option in the game where you can help your teammate. It was just a random dude, just a teammate, to get all this stuff out of there. Or you can betray him and take it all for yourself. Imagine you get that option where you can betray your entire team in this dungeon that you've been working so hard together to finish, and you find these resources that would be vital to your survival in the zombie apocalypse. Do you share? You betray? That would be awesome. You can make it just like what's it called, like in God of War style, action oriented button pressing shit. I can't remember what it's called, where you where you press the button so it pops up on the screen. It's like press A to do some crazy shit. That's what it should be. Just press A to betray. That'd be so awesome in MMORPG. I would love that. I would love that option. I would love that type of side quest, and that would mean so much in a zombie apocalypse when it's your mission to basically survive. Now let me talk about the even a more amazing thing about my MMORPG that would be way better than all the other ones. The towns. I'm not gonna make boring towns. Well, let's just picture it. Let's just picture this. Alright, you ready for it? Let's picture it. You can acquire any part of the land whenever you want. Now don't get me wrong, before I explain this, there'll be NCP lands where there's like a town that it's neutral to everybody, you can go to and you buy shit, you can do whatever. There'll always be that, but just picture this one thing. You can like make a fence or a barrier, a border, a wall, or whatever, and it would be your area. You own that. So you're the mayor of that spot. Now imagine you can keep building. Get people in your guild, they build for you. And you work together to make this area work. This area that you own even bigger. Let's say we move into more of a god mode type of gaming in the MMORPG. Maybe more of like, what's that called? Like, I don't know. There's something called, I can't remember what it's called, RTS. Like RTS, like kind of like StarCraft type of buildings, and you have that option to build like a blacksmith or an inn. You have the option to make your own town / city. You're in the zombie apocalypse, you need to make a good area where you can hold as a home base for your items and supplies to survive. You could make a guild where people join in with you to help you build this area to make it more survivable in this zombie apocalypse. And that would be your guild. That would be your section, and you can use that area to battle other people and their sections and their groups, or you can join together to make bigger sections and bigger groups, and you can make a council of people who decide what happens to these sections and these towns. And then you can have areas where if you get attacked by zombies and they need to be repaired, you get NPCs that make quests for people to complete, that they can repair the walls and complete these quests made by real people in the game That would be awesome. The entire United States built on these people that have made groups, made guilds, made connections, and made cities. It can be a world built by the user. Awesome. I would be so excited to play a game like that. Now, the one thing I would do that would make the game even more entertaining, I would steal, like, I'll even admit that this is taken nearly right from Rift. Rift had a good idea here, they just didn't implicate it well. What I want to do is I want to have random zombie attacks. A random zombie attack that will happen every certain amount of time and will attack your city, and you and your guild and your members and whatever else has to protect your town from being overrun by zombies. And it's going to happen like every 2 days, maybe every 3 days. It will have a schedule. You'll see when it happens. That'd be entertaining. Your guild will be built around that. Your society, they shouldn't even be called guilds, it should be called your society, will be built around waiting for these zombie attacks. You know, we're gonna have a zombie attack at 4 o'clock today on Tuesday. We have to be there. We have to defend the city. Who knows how many are gonna show up? Maybe 50, maybe 100, maybe 3,000. It doesn't matter. That would be so interesting. And all these different quests you can do where you can gain supplies for your town, build the city bigger, to betray your comrades to get the upper hand. I'm telling you, this sounds like an MMORPG I would play. Fuck all the other ones, they're boring as fuck. Now, I've been talking for a long time. I'm probably gonna have to edit a lot of this. If I don't and it's really long, I apologize. I'm really drunk. I don't know, like I'm just really passionate about MMORPGs and I just want to talk about it. And that would be an awesome one. I would really want to play that. Wouldn't you? I would. If that was a zombie apocalypse MMORPG, man, that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. Anyways, guys, that's awesome. Thank you for listening to my ramblings about MMORPGs. Send this to somebody that makes MMORPGs and tell them my ideas are better than theirs. And I was drunk when I thought of it, so think harder, MMORPG makers.